It's time for real people from the real world, and I've got historian Tony McMahon joining me today. Now, I've been reading your notes, Tony, and I'm looking here. I've got UFOs, I've got Knights Templar to the British, royal family scandals, all sorts of stuff on here. A multi-skilled person.
Well, I'm a believer in extraterrestrial life, and I don't see why they wouldn't have made contact with us at some point. It's really, what's interesting is all these hotspots. These UFO hotspots. There's one in Liverpool, actually.
Is there really?
Yeah, there is. Liverpool's one. And, of course, there's the Falkirk Triangle up in Scotland, which is our very own Bermuda Triangle in the UK. There's been loads of UFO sightings up there. And then, of course...
they drink a lot of whiskey up there, though, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, so that could explain a lot, couldn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, they've had some interesting sightings up there. One guy had his trousers ripped off in the forest, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a name for that.
Yeah,
we're not going there. It's a family show. Yeah, go on, carry on.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's been so many sightings. You've got to... And by the way, by a lot of people at the same time. And sometimes at airports, you know, there's a very interesting one at Chicago O'Hare Airport a few years back where even the air traffic controllers saw something that was a bit untoward. So I think they've been to visit us, they've been had a look. Are they hostile, are they friendly? We don't know. There's some theories that, you know, there's some theories out there that our politicians have contact with them. You know that one? Do you know that one? Well, and they have secret meetings in Antarctica with them.
Well, yeah, I know you're a great advocate for separating fact from fiction. Yeah. You'd be no good as a politician, actually. No, you're no good as an MP. That is a fact. So tell me more about that.
Well, you know, I like playing with the... I'm always intrigued by the kind of conspiracy theories and you know, where they come from.
What about the chemtrails?
Oh, all that, you know. I mean, I don't believe. I think that's...
So I do get asked about that a lot. Chemtrails, yeah. And I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you, Tony. Are people spraying our skies to make it rain? Are they doing that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think some of the conspiracy theories, what it is they've got a little hint of truth in them, and you've got to strip away all the stuff that's come around them and just say to people, yeah, that bit's all right, that bit's true, but the rest of it, you know, you've got to kind of, you know, calm down.
So the thing is, Tony, is a lot of people making YouTube videos now with all sorts of conspiracy theories on. And sometimes people believe what they're saying. Sometimes it is true, or there might be a grain of truth in there, but people are making a good living out of putting a lot of misinformation out there.
Oh, I mean, I saw one the other day that there's secret messages in the Teletubbies. You know, it's very dark stuff in the Teletubbies, you know.
They're making a lot of money, aren't they, on these YouTube channels?
Yeah. And, of course, the thing that you said about chemtrails, this whole thing about can the government control the weather. I heard one that they said that the federal government in the US was threatening bad weather against Texas unless they voted in a particular way. I mean, come on, this
is just mad, isn't it? Yeah. When you study history, Tony, I mean, most of the things when we watch these historical programs on the History Channel or whatever, we do learn a lot, but and it covers a hell of a lot of topics. But what is the couple of standout moments in your career where you've discovered something or learned something and it's blown you away?
I'm doing at the moment. Actually, I'm writing 3. I'm not advertising this, but I am.
You're not advertising, but
I am really. I'm writing 3 books on the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar is my big topic of interest. I love the Knights Templar.
To anybody who doesn't know what the Knights are, Knights Templar, what is it?
They were like holy warriors, like 700-800 years ago. They were the shock troops of the Crusades. Every young man in Europe wanted to be a Knight Templar.
Proper knight.
A proper knight with the red cross on the white mantle, all this sort of thing, fighting for Christ, all that kind of thing. And then they were suppressed. They were annihilated by the church. The church turned on them. And ever since, people have been saying, well, why is it? Did they find the Holy Grail? Did they find the Ark of the Covenant? And so on. And I'm working, actually, with a couple of historians at the moment on a theory that actually the Romans may have brought the Ark of the Covenant back to Rome. You know, when they destroyed the temple in Jerusalem. Yeah. It may have come into the Knights Templars' hands. And some people believe it's down in the Vatican's secret archives.
It's all a bit Indiana Jones, mate.
It is, but I like this stuff.
Do people actually go looking for this stuff?
Do you know what? The Israeli authorities actually demanded permission from the Vatican to go and have a look down in the archives to see if they did have the Ark of the Covenant and the menorah, and had that been taken from the temple when the Romans destroyed it 2,000 years ago. So I love that stuff.
So if you could go on one of these adventures to look for something, to find something, what would it be?
Oh, I think I've got a thing about the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, yeah, let's find it. It's been missing since about 500 BC. It went missing.
What is it?
It's this. You remember Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
It was this gold casket in which the Jewish people put the 10 Commandments, and the rod of Aaron, the rod of Moses, other treasured items. And it was in the temple in Jerusalem up until 500 BC. Babylonians come along, smash the temple up, goes missing. When the Romans get there, it's apparently still missing. They may have found it and taken it. That is a theory. But yeah, it was this magic casket, and you weren't allowed to touch it, and you weren't allowed to look in it, because we know from Indiana Jones what happens when you look in it.
Very dangerous.
You get zapped.
Yeah, you get zapped, yeah.
So I'd like to go on a hunt for that.
So where would you start? Where's your gut feeling?
Oh, the Vatican. Oh, I'd go straight there.
Surely, back in the day, back in the Second World War, the Germans would have been in there and nabbed that, wouldn't they?
Oh, the Germans. Well, it's funny, this book I've got out, Downfall of the Templars, very reasonably priced. Later on this year.
How much is it?
It's about 25 quid in hardback.
Reasonable price, yeah.
Yeah. I will be looking at the whole Nazi theory. And the fact the Nazis did send people around looking for the Grail and the Ark of the Covenant. They went all over Europe. They went up to Iceland. They went out to Tibet. And in fact, Indiana Jones is partly based on these travels by these weird Nazis who were looking for it, because they thought if they got it, they'd win the war.
Yeah, I mean, this would have come straight from the top, wouldn't it? From Adolf Hitler himself. He'd have been obsessed.
Hitler and Himmler were obsessed with this whole occult thing. Himmler even tried to have this kind of like, he had a castle where he had a kind of Arthurian cult going on, and he brought these holy...
There's been a film made about that, haven't they? I've seen it. Did they believe in werewolves as well? As some nonsense like that.
Oh, they believe in all
some paranormal beings and stuff like that, some supernatural stuff.
Yeah, they had a whole division of the SS called the Ananeb, and they used to seriously research this stuff. Werewolves, vampires, witches, the whole thing, to kind of prove that the Aryans were the super race and they came from a different part of the world, or even from outer space.
Have you ever met a werewolf?
Well, I'm quite hairy myself, actually.
Tony, that was absolutely brilliant, a great discussion. Coming up next, we've got right versus left.